But so now, and the Red Sox lost.
Yeah, to the Rays.
Red Sox lost to the Rays.
So the Yankees and the Rays are tied for first place on the AL East.
They did it!
Mark this date
And the
down.
Orioles.
They are the team of March.
Victory's mine.
And then tomorrow the Yankees are off?
No, we play tomorrow.
All right, so they
it's a full game.
I heard a wing. I heard a wing.
We play 3 in a row in Toronto. And then
No, it's a 4-game series.
what? It's a 4-game series, but they have a day off. And then back to Toronto,
because they can't have rainouts in Toronto.
No, we play 4 straight days.
Oh, no, that's right. It's 4 straight games in Toronto, then Tampa Bay, day off Tampa Bay.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was just in
Which
that.
is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I was just in that dome in April of last year, so I'm just trying to think. But I was.
Retractable stadiums do have tarps.
Yeah, well, they have to if it rains and a flash rain during when the roof is open. But interesting. But you're not opening the roof in Toronto in March. It's just not a good idea. That's why, if you're in Toronto, everything's underground. Buffalo and Rochester are like this too. If a lot of the colleges up there, if you go up there, everything is underground. So there's restaurants underground, there's stores underground, and Minnesota's the same way. Minneapolis.
I am amazed with the University of Buffalo. If anyone gets a chance to go up there, everything is underground. All the buildings are underground. And then, what do you know? There could be some dorms that are underground too.
Right. Well, yeah, the dorms.
That's wild.
But the 2 bottom floors go right down there. Yeah.
I'm considering Buffalo to go to for a second college. Like that's wild to me.
They also have become quite the basketball school too, because that guy Nate Oates.
Well, I only go to Buffalo because 25 people from each graduating class from Playview go to Buffalo. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, we've got our Final Four now, right? We got Villanova.
Oh my God!
Loyola.
We got Michigan, who's beaten no seed above a 5. They haven't had to play. I think it's 6 and lower or above.
Syracuse made a nice run. I was happy about it. They were the absolute last team to get
Syracuse is known for its zone, and then all of a sudden this year Duke started playing the 2-3 zone.
I'm like, oh,
and that was but I can't believe Duke, and with a whimper.
I was happy about
They're out with a whimper.
Oh yeah,
they're just.
That was a great game.
Is anyone as sick of Villanova as I am?
Oh no, I'm not. Because honestly,
they've been kind of under the radar. They haven't, even their best player, who's that Brunson.
He just won Player of the Year.
Yeah, he's, it's like, okay.
Listen, if it's Kentucky and Duke is not winning the championship.
Oh, trust me, I loved watching Kentucky lose. Trust me on that.
If it's not Kentucky or Duke, I'm fine with whoever pulls it out.
See, I picked Duke to win this whole thing, and they busted my bracket.
I always root for the Catholic schools. Now there's 2 in the Final Four. Usually they knock each other out because they put them in the same bracket, but between Loyola, the Jesuits, and the Augustinians of Villanova, I'm happy. And then you got Michigan, and who's the 4th that I'm forgetting? Who's the 4th
Kansas.
team?
Kansas.
And it was almost Kansas and Kansas State. There would have been 2 Kansas teams, but Kansas.
But I think
I can't stand Kansas.
I think that Kansas and Villanova,
they're the creme de la, but they play each other, right?
They play each other, so I think that's going to be the winner of this.
Right, that should have been the final in terms of the best, the top echelon teams. But to think Jay Wright was the coach at Hofstra for all those years.
Yeah. Wow.
And there he is.
In Villanova.
And now there's the 2 best jobs that were available, because you always wait to see who are the guys that go on who use the March Madness to be their stepping stone to the good jobs. Well, we just saw Danny Hurley took the UConn job out of URI, and then the Pittsburgh job. You see who that was? Jason Capel.
Yeah,
who was Krzyzewski's guy. So it's like, all right. And Krzyzewski's now 71 years old. It's like, who's going to be this guy's heir apparent? It's like
even before that, Brad Stevens. He got the biggest.
Well, he got the bigger job. Yeah.
Well, he went to the
bigger job,
which was and Butler's become a program. The same thing with Gonzaga. Gonzaga, the first guy took the job. Monson took the job, and he went on. But Mark Few has stayed at Gonzaga, and now Gonzaga's a real program.
Maybe it's like a family business, though. What happens when the owner dies of a family business?
It depends. If you have a stinky son, the business goes. If your son's name is Eric.
But has anyone noticed this with like bigger programs, and not just in the NCAA, but in major sports too, that there's never any, for the biggest programs, there's never any maturation process for the guy that comes after from within. It's always and that used to it kind of used to be a thing, and now it's like, you know what, I'm not building something for someone else to build up on.
North Carolina, when Dean Smith, he was replaced by Bill Guthridge. That was terrible.
UConn.
What's going on right now?
UConn wound up being he won the championship, but now he's but gone. Now he's gone, unceremoniously dumped. Who was the other guy I was going to say in terms of Georgetown? Same thing. It was a guy named Mark Esherick who replaced John Thompson Sr. and he was gone in no time.
Think about what's going on right now. And look, I know there's not corroboration right yet on the reporting of it, but with this whole Alex Guerrero thing and the Patriots, Bill Belichick's taking apart this team. If he's gone next year, what do these people have to work with?
Yeah, but
oh man,
they did him.
They didn't do anybody wrong.
No, look, Belichick has always put the Patriots in the best positions to win. If he knew that Garoppolo
for himself.
I mean, for himself, but for the organization too. He's not only winning for himself.
What was always the noted thing about Belichick? He'll give up on you a year before you're done, right?
And he wanted Garoppolo to stay because he knew that Tom Brady.
Exactly. You're asking a guy to have loyalty. This guy doesn't have a loyal bone in his body.
Exactly.
It's like,
now, not that I don't think it's going to happen, but Belichick has been right so far up to now.
Except
now, if next year start and we see Tom Brady just, I would going to be like, wait a second,
because a lot of when you're that age and it's off season, a lot of things happen. You know, all of a sudden, but he is coming off the best game of his life.
Exactly.
And that's the weirdest thing. It's like, Belichick gave up on people a year before and it worked.
Yeah.
But giving up on Brady might be the one exception. Brady's been the exception to every rule there is.
Yeah.
So
this guy is unbelievable.
Yeah. So and like to get rid of Amendola, no loss whatsoever.
No, not at all.
And especially makes the Patriots better because look where he went. He's in Miami. Exactly.
Yeah.
Great, we see you twice a year. Great. Okay,
see you later.
and just the whole Odell Beckham Jr. thing. And I've been he became a star while I was hosting this show, but I didn't pay attention because everything he did was just because that one night against the Cowboys where he made the one-handed catch where they put him on top of the mountain, and he's nice, but he's 5'11".
Come on.
And
Odell Beckham is hands down, skills-wise, he's the best receiver in this league. Antonio Brown's maybe has the edge because he has a little more speed than Beckham. He is hands down the most talented receiver in this league.
The only thing I was going to say about this, Antonio Brown is not faster than Odell. He might be quicker than him.
I don't know about
Antonio
that.
Brown is not faster than Odell.
No, he's a great route runner.
Yeah, he's a great route runner, but he's not fast.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing with Antonio Brown.
I think he's great.
He has a guy who can bomb it to him way downfield.
That's true.
So maybe I don't know how fast Odell Beckham is because Eli's not he's a good deep ball thrower. He's not better than Roethlisberger.
I thought that Odell got anointed before he was ready to be the guy.
Absolutely. I agree with that.
And he was big with kids.
Yeah.
The hair, the one-hand catches, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But he really is just an idiot. And I'm using that word on purpose because I want to say like a million other things, but that's just a good word to describe someone who just does stupid things that shouldn't be doing stupid. He's well educated, he's got good parents and all that stuff, but he's just between all the stuff with the peeing with the leg and the video and the
cruises
and the cruises and the net, and it's like why you don't need to do this, and that video is gonna be his downfall.
It's not though. It's building his brand. People love him for this stuff.
His brand is replaceable when the Giants are going to pick second overall. And
I think they're taking a quarterback.
Take a better player than he is.
I think they're taking a quarterback.
Cole, you were on Sports Talk.
Hello, Chris. This is Stormy. I know you told me not to call you.
Yes, I love the fact that I learned this week that adult film star is actually a thing. Oh, so it's not a prostitute. It's an adult film star. Oh, okay, you got it. All right. So, hello. Dave from Franklin Square, who is following Nick Warnberger on Twitter.
Yeah,
that's right. You got a bone to pick with me. Let's go.
No, I stalked. I just said, I'm going to get a knock at the door in 5 minutes.
No. I'm in the studio. Don't worry.
No.
Right now he is. Maybe not later on.
So I real quick looked at the guy on Friday at Powder Puff there, and then I saw your name there. So, and just remember one thing about the University of Buffalo. Never forget Brian Cox, who used to get taunted when he would come out of the tunnel in Miami. He would just look at the fans in Buffalo and look at them and go, I get to go home.
Yeah, but then where did Brian Cox finish his career?
Yeah, well, money talks.
Buffalo. So how about your Yankees, Dave? That'll allow Nick and Cameron
We gave up a run. We gave up one run. This is horrible. Yeah, and Mark, just so you know, the Tampa Bay, their odds went from 150 to 1 for the year to 149.
He said the Rays odds went from 150 to 149 for this year.
Oh,
They're tied with the Yankees.
I'm not getting any coupons for you, Dave, anymore.
I got to pay full price now. Now I got to start stealing. All right, no problem. No.
What do you mean start?
Yeah, I know. Well, I am a civil servant to stop that. Right.
You stole your whole life, baby.
And even after you retire.
My pension, I'll be sitting in Arizona, guys, and I'll
exactly. The money from New York will leave the state.
Hey,
I will toast you as the sun goes down.
Yes.
you could text and drive there too. So.
You can text.
Yeah, you can.
Well, they don't. Arizona didn't adopt Martin Luther King Day for 20 years and didn't adopt daylight savings time for 50 years. So Arizona's a little slow to the uptake.
Yeah, but they don't touch your money. So that.
But there are no state income tax.
There's no income tax, and as far as my my pension and Social Security, they don't touch it.
And they have the most security guards in every school. So.
And they have a governor who's willing to let Uber have driverless cars that kill people.
So they're ahead on something.
Exactly.
It's 1-800-LAWYER.
No, Salino and Barnes.
Injury attorney.
Salino and
Meanwhile, they are from Buffalo, and they're suing each other for the last 5 years. But you don't know that. But
5 years. I thought it was
Is that
last
true?
year.
What are they suing each other over?
They wanted to dissolve the company.
Oh, Jesus.
And the number one thing was because, well, one guy hates that they've made New York City their base instead of Buffalo, and the other guy hates that the one guy wouldn't allow the other guy's daughter to be hired as an intern.
That's hysterical.
Salino and Barnes, Garden City, New York, and Melville.
Listening to the Met game today, it jogged the memory. Is the second game of the season. The Mets actually did something funny, was they had the Rodney Dangerfield pictures on.
Right. He would throw out the first pitch because he gets no respect. It'd be the second day, not the opening day. That was great. Yeah.
Yeah, no, like I said, it's even a blind squirrel finds an acorn. So what can I tell you?
Here's the first pitch, and the season is over.
Foot race. Adrian Gonzalez for the Statue of Liberty. I know.
My guy Gonzalez got a hit.
Did you see Mike and Francesa was on with Mad Dog the other day?
Yeah.
And some caller,
I didn't hear it,
caller said, "What are the odds? Mike and the Mad Dog going back on WFAN, or which is more likely, Mike and the Mad Dog going back on WFAN, or the Marlins being in the World Series?"
And what'd they say?
Well, Marlins being in the World Series, definitely. And then they proceeded Russo went off on the fan. They went off the guys who replaced him in a backdoor kind of way, saying that there's going to be a lot of people leaving there soon because the February book came out and Michael K. beat them. So now the March book is supposed to come out, and I don't think it's going to change. So.
And again, they don't get any help from the Daily News, where they call that their show on FAN, the afternoon nap.
Well, it's so, and Carlin thinks that he's the man, and he's just on the, what do they call it, the power mic? Is that what the power mic?
Whatever you call it.
Stuff like that.
Carlin has. Here's the thing with him that I've been noticing is that I happen to like his voice on radio, but he's taking too much of. He's too intrusive with callers that come in. He's way too intrusive with guests that come in on interviews. Maggie, I think, is a little too brittle.
She doesn't have knowledge.
Yeah, but she has great knowledge, but she's a little too brittle. And Bart just isn't a radio guy. He's a TV guy. He should be doing NFL analysis.
He should do football.
Yeah, that's exactly what he should be doing.
I will say this. He's clearly been... They're teaching him baseball, so he says cogent points. I don't know if they're handing it to him or not. So he's giving good points, but he should be doing do your bread and butter. Do football.
Or take the day off. Again, Chris, I won't ask you to reflect, but wasn't, and there's no reflection on the people in the studio tonight, but wasn't it a lot easier when you were there with one or two people?
Oh, sure.
And like I said, it's not a reflection on you folks. That's just...
well, it's the same thing. There was a great when the NFL, when the Monday Night Football was going to go to a 3-man booth.
Sure.
They described it as, and this perfectly worked at my house growing up. If you have a driveway and you have 3 cars, it's so hard to move the cars around to get the right car. I don't know if you have this where you're moving cars in the driveway, but it's just so hard that first one out, last one in, this one needs to go tomorrow morning, so the car, you have to move the cars the night before and everything.
I just park in the street.
You park in the street.
I'm the one that parked in the street. Yeah.
So it is true. So like Carlin and Maggie and Bart, they're all trying to make sure everyone gets equal time. Okay, now your turn. Now you got the conch. Now you have the conch. Okay, now it's your turn to talk. Okay, you've got the rock in your hand. Now you talk. Okay, good.
This is exactly why what Didi Gregorius is doing is so incredible. You never want to replace a legend.
Right.
So
Yeah.
No, that's the thing. Yeah, in terms of you want to be the guy that replaces the guy. Yeah, that replaced that guy. Yeah, absolutely. And I think because Gregorius